Hello once again. Characters, animation, sprite sheets we're talking about in these videos. For this one, as mentioned in previous videos, this is going to be my sprite sheet. I know it's been spoken about that we can use other sprite sheets, but as I say, I like everything that I'm doing to be my own. It just gives us a better concept of how everything's done within games, which is something that obviously I'm after. As you can see here, I've made a start on my sprite sheets. Nothing too in depth at the moment. As you can see, I've only got a handful there. I'll give you a quick rundown of what each one is. So we're starting off with, this is going to be my hashtag block. Before we get into all of that, we'll talk about the layout, the sizes. Although I am going for the platformer, and it is a retro in a sense of platformers haven't really evolved from the first ones that come out. But rather than go for the retro low pixel amount like your 16-bit, your 32 bits, I believe I went for 128. That's just personal preference. Although my platform game is heavily influenced by Mario, the older Marios, your Super Mario World. Mine's almost like a HD, a more cleaner looking version, more bright and vibrant. There's two reasons for that. One, it's the concept of the game. Two, me pixel art skills are not very good to say the least. So I believe it's 128 by 128. We've got each part of the section, so when I eventually finish my sprite sheet, it's going to be easy to implement into the Unreal Engine and use its form of sprite editor to cut and use the sprites. So we're starting with, this is going to be my hashtag block. As I say, platformers heavily influenced by social media. You could think of this block as the equivalent of the Mario question mark. Obviously the idea behind the Mario question mark was to the player would be going through the level and they'll be, ooh, what's that? Catches the attention. Oh, I'll try jumping into that block. The mushroom pops out. Excellent. Mine's the equivalent of that, but obviously the hashtag, and in mine I'm going to have the Instagram filters popping out, I'm thinking. In order to get your power up, so I might put little collectibles in there. So that's that block there. The next block here this is just going to be me basic you cannot break block. So you can jump into them, you can hit things off them, it's not going to smash. That's that one. This is my next basic block. This is going to be a breakable block. So me thinking behind this is to indicate that this is a breakable block. Is we've got smaller blocks in it, if you will. I just think it better indicates that this can be broken. However, this one looks a bit more solid and it can't. So this is going to indicate that it can be broken. Next we're moving on to ground animations. I've had a bit of a problem, I have spoke about it in other videos. I'm struggling with the concept of how to portray the internet as a game level. It's not something that I've found a reasonable solution to. Obviously I've thought about movies such as Tron, obviously portraying it in that way, but I don't feel it would work for my game. I've looked at lots of different user interfaces for social media apps, your Instagrams, your Snapchats. Haven't really found any inspiration for that yet. So for now I thought we'd just keep it simple. Your Sonics, your Marios all started on a grassy green first level, so I've just kept it simple like that. So obviously you've got your middle blocks, I also added this block in. That was after giving a bit of variety to the blocks, but once I've started adding in my diagonal blocks, it's for the sake of adding variety, I was just going to have to start making like too many blocks, and it would be too time consuming, and obviously we're going for speed as mentioned. You'll notice here this is not a full block, but I'm going to be making a few different grass ones which I can add on top that add a bit of variety into it. Obviously this goes below this to give like the depth within the level. These are the corners, so we'll have like gaps down here. We've got the diagonals. This will fill in along with this one to make the complete diagonal one, make sure it like looks nice. This is going to be I'll add some water here and there just for a bit of variety. Yet again, I don't mind there being an up one and a down one in this, because there's not going to be a great deal of water in the level, and it's easier to make it flow. I've got a white trim on the top, I don't know if you can see there, to sort of replicate like the waves on the tops of waters. The next one here, we've obviously got it's a castle animation. My first level, I want it to be a sort of spoof, if you will, of the original Mario's. Obviously at the end of the original Mario's, you got to the end, it was always a castle. I've made this sprite sheet for a castle for me spoof level at the beginning of the game. My thinking behind this is, whenever people play platformers and you drop into it, 9 times out of 10 people will walk from left to right. The real reason behind this, I don't know. It's just you've been conditioned from playing platformers for like a long time, obviously, unless it's a Castlevania type game, in which case backtracking is a thing. So what I'm thinking is, on my first level, I'm going to drop the player in. The player is going to instinctively walk left to right to get to the castle at the end. Once the player reaches the castle, I'd like a sort of some dialogue to pop up and say, I don't know, something along the lines of, oh, it's not the 1980s anymore, what you're walking left to right for, and make the player backtrack through the level back to the start and left beyond the start in order to complete the real level, if you will, in order to move on. As I say, this is just playing with the concepts of the platformers I've always had, that you must move from left to right, and to show that this isn't an old game anymore. It's the 21st century, things have changed, social media, playing with the rules, if you will. You must go left to right. I'm going to make them backtrack, and I just want to play with those principles of the original platformers of the 1980s and whatnot. So I'm going to add a castle in there, and I'm going to make a joke about what's with the castle, you know, meaning then the level beyond this will go into the proper game, which I'm after. Obviously the character not having to reach the end of the level in order to complete the level. I'm going for a collecting likes. I haven't decided where I'm going to use like hearts or the thumb up. We'll just see as we go, but obviously that's me thinking behind like the brick castle, if you will. Obviously I haven't added any more any more sprites at this moment on my sprite sheet, but obviously the beauty of this is, obviously the first level is going to be Twitter-esque level. We've got Twitter colours. If I need to change these colours to say a yellow to indicate a Snapchat level at a later date, yet again, easily done. I've got everything in folders. Obviously I've got too much in my folders because they won't open, but it's going to be easy to edit the colours. And so this can easily be changed to lava, for example. This can be changed to a desert or a icy mountain if need be. And so I'm just going to keep adding to my sprite sheet as we go.